For so many of us, public speaking feels less like an opportunity and more like staring down a dragon. But what if we just reframed that? What if instead of some big fear to avoid, it was actually a power to be unlocked? Well, today we're going to go on a hero's journey to do exactly that. Does your heart start pounding just thinking about getting up in front of a crowd? Yeah? Well, you are absolutely not alone. This is one of the most common fears out there. It's that feeling of being exposed, being judged, being the center of attention. But here's the secret. That feeling, that anxiety, that's actually the first step on a pretty transformative path. And look, this isn't just some nice-to-have skill. The legendary investor Warren Buffett calls it a non-negotiable asset. He's not just talking about getting through a presentation. He's talking about a superpower that can literally shape your entire future and empower you to command any room you walk into. Now, every hero needs a map, right? A mentor. For our journey today, our guide is going to be a pocket guide to public speaking. We're going to distill its core wisdom to give you a really clear roadmap, taking you from fear straight to confidence. So, our journey begins, like all great adventures do, with a challenge. And in our story, that challenge is stage fright. But this isn't just a nuisance, it's the call to adventure. That moment we decide to face the dragon instead of running from it. So why do we even feel this way? Well, the guide points to a few universal triggers. Maybe a presentation in school went badly and left a bad taste, or maybe you feel like an outsider, totally different from the audience, or maybe you just hate the spotlight. Recognizing these isn't a sign of weakness. It's actually the first step to taming them. It's just your brain trying to keep you safe even when you're perfectly fine up on that stage. But here's the thing. This isn't just some personal fear we're tackling. To really understand the power of public speaking, we have to look back, way back. We're not learning some modern trick here. We're tapping into an ancient superpower that has shaped entire civilizations. Think about it. This skill, which they used to call rhetoric, wasn't just for show. In ancient Athens, it was the engine of democracy itself. The ability to speak clearly and persuasively in public was how citizens participated, how they led, and how they literally built their world. And the ancients? They didn't just wing it. Oh no, they developed a powerful, structured system for making speeches, the canons of rhetoric. This is the timeless wisdom, the secret formula that turns a bunch of ideas into a really compelling performance. And here it is, that 2,000-year-old blueprint. It starts with invention, which is really just figuring out what you're even going to talk about. Then comes arrangement. How do you structure it so it makes sense? Style is all about choosing words that really pop. Memory is simply about knowing your stuff inside and out. And finally, delivery is how you bring it all to life. I promise you, every single great speech you've ever heard follows these same 5 steps. Okay, so how do we translate that ancient wisdom into a practical plan for today? Well, our mentor, the Pocket Guide, gives us a modern roadmap that breaks it all down into clear, manageable steps. You see, the huge task of giving a speech becomes way less scary when you see it's just a sequence of smaller, totally doable tasks. And notice how it doesn't start with writing? Nope, it starts with your audience. From there, it moves logically through your topic and your purpose. There's no magic required, just a process to follow. And right there in the middle of that process is your North Star, the thesis statement. This single sentence is everything. It's the one core idea you want your audience to walk away remembering. Every single thing you do, every story you tell, every fact you share, every point you make, it should all serve this one statement. All right, now for our hero's first real test, connecting with the audience. This is where so many speakers get it wrong because they think the speech is about them. It's not. It's always, always, always about the listener. This is why audience analysis isn't just a suggestion. It is the absolute core of the entire process. Before you write a single word, you have to ask yourself, who are these people? What do they already believe? What do they care about? And what do they need from me? The answers to those questions will guide every single decision you make from here on out. A super simple way to start is just by looking at demographics, like which generation you're talking to. Are they boomers who value career devotion, or maybe Gen Z who are total digital natives? Just knowing this helps you choose examples, references, and a tone that will actually connect with them instead of flying right over their heads. So how do you figure all this stuff out? It's simple. You ask. You can use quick, closed-ended questions like, hey, quick show of hands, who here has... to get a fast read of the room. But to get the real gold, you want to use open-ended questions like, what's the biggest challenge you all face with X? That's how you move from speaking at an audience to speaking with them.
So once you know your audience, you've got to earn their trust. And this brings us to the hero's code of conduct, speaking with integrity and building your character as a speaker. The ancient Greeks had a word for this, ethos. It just means character. It's the audience's belief that you're credible, that you're trustworthy, and that you know what you're talking about. You build this ethos through solid research, good logic, and genuine respect for your listeners. Without it, your message is just noise.
And a huge part of that integrity is using your sources ethically. You've basically got 3 main tools in your belt here. You can use a direct quote when the original wording is just too powerful to change. You can paraphrase when you want to weave an expert's idea smoothly into your own sentences. And you can use a summary to quickly get across the main point of a longer work. The golden rule? It's simple. No matter which one you choose, always give credit. And giving credit in a speech is super easy. Just give the audience enough information so they could find it themselves. Mention the author, the type of source, the title, and the date. Something as simple as, according to a May 2011 article in The New Yorker by John Calipento. That's it. You've just boosted your ethos. Simple.
All right, we've gathered our wisdom, we understand our audience, and we've committed to our code. Now it's time to forge the sword to turn all our preparation into a sharp, effective tool through practice.
So how much practice is enough? The Pocket Guide offers a fantastic rule of thumb. For a 5-minute speech, you should practice it at least 6 times. And this isn't about memorizing every word. It's about internalizing the flow and making the material your own, so it comes out sounding natural, not like you're a robot reading a script. And practice isn't just about the words. It's about your body. As you rehearse, focus on your nonverbal cues. Smile, make eye contact with different parts of the room. Use your hands to emphasize your points. A little bit of movement can release all that nervous energy and make you look way more confident. So look, the fear is real, but it's not the end of the story. It's the beginning. You now have the ancient wisdom, you have the modern roadmap, and you have the hero's code. The only question left is, now that you have the power, what message will you choose to share with the world?